Oh my God. Is everybody sitting down? Hi, everybody. It's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. And look who I have, my little friend. Mario Cantone is our guest tonight.
Oh, hello, everybody.
Not only is he our guest, but Mario and I went to high school together.
Yeah, we go way back.
We go way back. We've been
decades.
For many decades.
Decades.
We've been friends for a long, long time. Who was I just talking about, Mario?
Up there she is, Jean Simpson.
Jean Simpson. We all went to high school together.
That's how I met. Is that how I met?
That's how you met me. Yeah. Well, no, this is the real story. So I was new in school because I moved.
And I was already at Emerson College. Was I not?
Not yet. It was like the summer or something. And so I moved there my junior year. You had just graduated, you and Jean, and there was some summer theater thing. And everybody said to me, "Are you Mario's sister?" I was like, "Who's Mario?" And everybody was saying to you, are you related to Maria?
Yeah,
and you were like,
"Who's Maria?
Who's Maria?" So everybody was comparing us to each other. And all these we had a great summer theater group.
We did.
You directed a couple of those.
I directed Grease, and you were Rizzo.
And you were Danny Zuko.
I directed myself, which is never do that.
You were great, though.
No, only the last night. It was very difficult.
I just talked about you on the mic at Brandy's because someone requested Worst Things I Could Do. And I said I was in a production. Mario directed it, and he was Danny Zuko.
I was Danny Zuko.
Oh, my God.
What a fool I was.
I loved it. So Jean Simpson, Lori Towers, she's our friend. She's a music historian. She and her husband, John Pietero, they're journalists and music historians. They're on Leo. Oh, my God.
Jean.
How did that happen?
Hi.
Jean, who invited you in? This is exclusive.
Guess who did it?
I'm glad.
Leo did it.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Leo did it.
Jean, congratulations on your new grandson.
Thank you so much.
Have you pulled a Shirley MacLaine and said, "Stop"?
I did. I'm getting like 8 different things through my headphones. Hold on a minute.
Wow, that's a surprise. Who knew? Now we can't hear you.
Like, what?
No, it's not coming through, honey. It's muted or something.
Jean, what happened? No, it's dead air. Not a good thing. But
it's muted. Leo, help
now
Jean.
you can hear me.
There you are. There she is. There was dead air for a moment. Panic. The network was panicking.
So we were talking about high school. And, you know what? I want to say something before. We were talking, but before high school, I just want to say welcome to Sudi Caritas. I want to, Danielle Alexandria Alchemy, who Jean knows, an amazing psychic and friend of ours. Go to DanielleAlexandriaAlchemy.com. She will blow your mind. She is an amazing psychic. We were talking about you before that.
Because she's Italian American. Every psychic and medium and astrologer I know is an Italian American, mostly Long Island.
Mostly,
because I'm Teresa Caputo and I talk to the dead. Larry, did your grandmother love nutmeg?
I'm telling you, John Pietero has joined us. Let me see. So we have Annette Zito. Oh my God, Annette Zito loves you. American having a blast. Okay, so we got a bunch of our listeners on.
Very nice. There we are.
Jean, thank you for surprising.
I gotta fluff my hair.
I didn't know about this. This is all Leo.
Leo did it. I love Leo.
Bill Goffey, hi, lovely people. Now, let's take this moment while we have Jean to talk about, I said, and people always ask me, "Oh, you went to high school with Mario. What was he like?" And this is what I always say.
This is your life. What are you, Vince Edwards?
No,
what?
It's true.
Ralph Edwards. It was Ralph Edwards.
People always ask me, and I go, you know what he was? The most popular guy you can imagine. And do you remember, Jean? Mario was always twirling. Like there was.
I got best dancer in high school.
He got best dancer in high school.
Yeah, she said I would tighten and twirl.
Tighten and twirl.
He's the first one who ever took me out to a club dancing. It was the 1270.
That was you. That was the best club ever.
It was the best club.
So much fun.
I know, it was good. Those
was it you who took? I think you took me there.
I think we went.
Yeah, I loved it there.
Yeah, I liked it too. It was a good club. Yeah, I used to dance and I used to choreograph all the jocks. We did Guys and Dolls. I choreographed those jocks.
I know you did.
And one of them quit, and I was like, go to your friggin' football game, you piece of shit.
Oh my God, you humiliated him.
I threw him out.
But remember, Gene, no matter what was happening, people were dancing around Mario. It was like a movie. Like even back then, like I laugh, I tell people all the time, Mario was always like in the middle of the circle.
You know what else was interesting? Like in junior high, I used to get bashed a lot. You know,
really?
I was tortured in junior high. Chased. I never got hit though. I never got beaten because I was too smart. I mean, they'd be like, "You queer, you fag," and I'd be like, "You're a very bad boy. You really are." And then I'd run. You know, so
and they were afraid of your father, Mario.
They weren't. They didn't
I
even know
bet
my
they
father.
were too,
They
Gene.
didn't even know my father. They weren't afraid of my father. They were probably more afraid of my mother. My mother used to say, "I'll take you out of that school." What are they calling you? I'm not going to call me a fag. I'm taking you out of that school. I was like, nope, I'm staying in this school. I'm not leaving. And I stayed. And then the guys that used to kind of bash me and threaten me verbally in junior high school, in high school, became my protectors. Like Stephen Jameson and
How did you turn that around?
John Carroll.
Because this was a phenomenon. Look, you guys.
And they knew I was out.
Right. But I was going to say, that's what people, back then in 78 and 80, people weren't out.
No.
It was not
No.
easy to be gay.
No.
Nobody talked about it. There was nobody was protecting you. You had to protect yourself. And you hung out with, there we are, you, me, and Gene.
And then after I left, and you were there for another year, right?
2 years.
They created a gay straight alliance, didn't you?
After I left.
After you left? Well, it was because of us.
It was because of us. We started that. You know that my
They started it in the 80s. Come on, that's a
Mario.
Yeah.
What?
Did you go to the prom with Maria?
I did.
You know what?
because
That's
I
a
went with Nick
secret. We don't
Turco.
talk about that.
The four of us went to your prom together.
No,
Well,
we
Nick
went to the
Turco
prom
was my
because
date.
we didn't expect anything from each other.
No,
at the end of the
listen
night.
why we went to the real
No,
reason we
exactly.
went to the prom together. Because my junior year, I went with someone else and it was a disaster. And I didn't want to be there anyway, but I wanted to go to the prom. And my father, who had to lend the guy a suit, because he didn't even have a suit, said to me when I came home, "Next year, why don't you just go with Mario? He's like you." And that was my father's way of saying, "You're gay, he's gay, just go. Gay people should go together."
And we did.
And then Jean was at that prom, even though
With
she had
Nicky.
graduated. Who'd you go with, Jean?
Nick Turco.
Nick
Oh my
Turco.
God, may he rest in peace.
Oh,
holy God.
great.
Nicky was my date.
Beautiful voice. And because we were out of school, I was my first year in college, right? So I came back.
Yes.
Yeah, that would have been 1980 because you graduated in 80, right, Maria?
Yes, I graduated in 80. You guys were 78.
So you would have been a sophomore, Mario, at Emerson.
Wow.
Yeah, and we used to go to, remember, Gene, we used to go to all of Mario's shows at Emerson.
Beer and Laughs.
It was
Those were the best.
amazing. What was the name of that comedy group?
The Emerson
Beer and
Comedy
Laughs.
Workshop.
Oh my God, it was
Emerson
so
Comedy
funny.
Workshop, and it was Dennis Leary and Lauren Dombrowski. May she rest in peace. She became an executive producer of Mad TV.
Really?
Oh yeah, she was magnificent. She was my
A lot of talented people. Eddie
Eddie
Brill.
Brill and Johnny Solomon and Allison Weber. It was some. Yeah, it was. I was lucky. I got in there my first year, and I auditioned for it was the big thing on campus. Like you couldn't get it.
You got in.
I
Yeah.
auditioned my freshman year. I did my audition. I couldn't go to the callback because I was doing Equus and Lawrence, the Garrett.
That's right. I remember that. That was a big deal,
Yeah,
Mario.
and then, but I didn't go to the callback, and they let me in the group anyway. Which was really nice. Yeah.
And that's when you started doing Julia Childs, right? In those workshops?
I did. I actually started doing Julia Child in high school. It was junior high school.
Junior high school.
Youth night. There was a talent show called Youth Night. And my first impressions were Paul Lynde, Julia Child, and I used to do Lily Tomlin stuff, Edith Ann and Ernest.
Yeah.
And that was the beginning. And then in college I did it. In junior high school I did Julia rolling a crepe Suzette. And in college I did Julia Child rolling a joint.
Right.
So and it was a whole
my
thing,
God.
which was very popular back
That
then.
might still be my favorite.
Oh my God.
I know. That was it was a great time. It's all a great time. This is a great time too. Like the thing I've been thinking about lately, like we're at a certain place in our lives where we can look back and say that was great, but we're still doing it. We're still like, you're involved in theater, Gene. Look at the
very
theater.
much so.
I'm doing Pride. I'm putting our theater company's Pride Fest set together. So
Amazing.
I'm pulling my talent and picking the song list and That'll be on June 7th. It's a great time in a very red part of Illinois.
Yeah, I know.
Where is that, Lynn? Jean, where is that? What's the name of the theater again?
It's DLO Musical Theater, and it's in Danville, Illinois.
DLO, okay.
And, our community has a very rich arts. People support the performing arts, and even in the schools,
because those are the areas that need you.
Absolutely. Hey, it keeps me out of trouble.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to steamroll ahead. Jean, do you want to stay with us, or do you want to?
Jean, get your things out of this house before I throw them in the street to me with them. Get up before I kill you, Vita.
All right, so
no, I'm going to let you guys. Do your thing.
Don't go far.
You may pop back in.
Yeah, maybe we'll pop you back in, but just stay connected. Leo will pop you off because I have so much. Look at my list.
I know. I'm sure you do.
We have so much to talk about.
I know.
We can go on for hours.
I'm in love with your boyfriend, Mario. I'm in love with your boyfriend on Sex and the City. Oh my God.
Well, his name is. I'll talk about him.
We have so much to talk. Look at how much Mario is doing right now.
It's a lot.
This is so much. So we have to hit.
I wish I could go to the Carlisle so bad.
I know. We're going to talk about the Carlisle too. I wish you could.
All right, you guys go do your thing.
No, but stay close, and then we'll pull you back in at the end.
Go make some cookies.
When we do our food,
I'll hover in the green room and I'll watch it on my phone.
Make some brownies.
Exactly. Jean's a
make some conker bars.
It's gummies now. It's gummies now.
Conker bars. We said conker bars.
What conker bars?
Yeah, those are good, Jean.
I love them.
If you ever come to New York,
especially with pot in them. Oops.
You could stay. No, not for me. I get arrested.
Not for me. Well, but
you're good.
What? Huh? What?
She taught me how to.
It's a good story, but it's Mario's show, so I'm not telling it.
Okay, me and Jean are out. Ready, Jean?
All right.
You
can hold Jean back there, and then we'll. Okay. So we got a million.
He went away.
You're goddamn powerful. Oh my God. All right. So here's what we have so much to cover. So Mario is our friend. Mario, yes, we went to high school. Jean was part of our amazing. Mario and Jean.
What was
best
amazing
friends.
about
best friends?
My high school too, and Jean was in it. My junior and senior year, and as you know, because you were there after me, there was a theater arts major. There was a theater arts major in a public school.
Yep.
Where I directed You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, which is how I got the scar. And Lucy fell asleep at the wheel.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
Wow.
I directed something else too, but it was the most amazing thing.
And we had a great high school.
We had a great high school. I had great teachers, Kathy Chase, Jim Romano.
Wait, my favorite teacher of all time, Mrs. Rosen. Do you remember Lois Rosen?
Yeah, I remember Lois Rosen. Yeah, she wasn't my favorite.
Oh, I loved her. She was so tough.
She said some shit about me and Jim Romano that was not true.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That. All right.
And you want to know what? Jim Romano was the psychiatrist, my drama coach, my theater history teacher. I loved him very much. And I actually went to his apartment one time. He just went to his lover. I came out to him. He came out to his school because of me and the staff. He said this in the New York Times. And there were rumors. Never.
I know. Why did you start?
I like men my age, boys my age at that time. I mean, so, and he was a handsome guy, but there was nothing ever. And Lois Rosen said some teachers in the teachers' room, and Bill Hoyt, our principal, who I went up to him at my class reunion maybe 7-8 years ago, and I thanked him because he said to Lois Rosen, "Let me tell you something. I would rather have a gay person on my staff than a gossip."
Oh, I love that.
Bill Hoyt.
He was a great
principal. Was a great guy.
There was some great teachers in our school. Yeah. And the theater department was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. The music department. And a shout out to everybody. There was a poetry department, a lyric writing. Our high school was amazing.
Yeah, it was really good.
So Kelly Young has joined us.
Kelly Young.
Yeah, how cute is that?
You love Lois Rosen. Yeah, I got her. She was a good teacher.
Yeah, she was.
I just didn't like that.
It was a different time. Mr. Hoyt was a great.
Oh, Mr. Hoyt.
He was great. So we had some great teachers. Frank Abrahams.
Yeah. Frank.
Yep. Yeah. Frank was great. I just saw him. We had a reunion
Yeah.
We had a reunion for the chorus a couple of years ago.
You
and
did?
yeah, and there he was.
Very well.
There he was.
That's fantastic.
Okay. And Kelly was there. That's where I saw Kelly again.
Oh,
Kelly is a grandmother now, I think, right? Didn't your son have a baby? Congratulations. Many great things happening. Okay. Speaking of great things happening, we have so much to cover. Mario, you have a premiere coming up for And Just Like That.
Yeah, that drops on Max on the 29th. And we're doing
Of this month.
Of May 29th. I think it's the first 2 episodes, and there's 12 episodes, and which is nice. And yeah, and it's good. I mean,
What do you usually do? Like 10?
We did 10 the first year, 11 last year, and we did 12 this year.
I love it.
So it's really nice that it builds up. It's going to be a really good season. I'm excited about it. And that we have the premiere party next week. In the middle of that, I've got the Carlisle next week.
Right.
What was I nuts?
Well, May is a big month. This is your month, okay?
The Carlisle, I start May 19th, and then I don't do Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I pick up Thursday the 22nd through Sunday the 25th. So it's going to be a fun week at the Carlisle. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Okay.
I have no idea.
So the Cafe Carlisle, in case you don't know, and not everybody knows, we can't assume that everybody knows everything. The Cafe Carlisle is how would you describe
Well,
that?
it's a very chic,
chic,
little jewel of a cabaret room, and Bobby Short played there.
Right. It's considered a jazz.
Lane Stritch, Bertha Kitt, Keely Smith, all the major people used to play there, and they still do.
Yeah.
There's only I think there's only 3 stand-up comedians that have been there in the last maybe few decades. The last one that did it in the 80s was Mort Saul did it, I think.
Really?
Yeah, but it's me, Sandra Bernhardt, and Wayne Brady, the only comedians that came from the clubs that do the room. But also Wayne is musical.
Mario.
Wayne's musical.
Right.
He sings, and so is Sandra, and then I do too.
I was gonna say
that's why
you're not just a comedian.
No, I've always
you're
had
musical.
I like the music. I like the musical impressions, and I like the music.
Are you gonna do do some impressions?
I'm gonna do Judy Garland. I'm gonna do Bruce Springsteen. I'm gonna do Liza Minnelli.
Oh, I love it.
And I'm gonna I don't know what the hell else. I'm gonna do. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. You'll figure it. It doesn't matter even if you just Mario. It's always great. It's always amazing, and it's always real. Oh, stop it!
So
don't be afraid. You know what? My father used to say,
it's fear.
"If you're afraid, it means you care."
Well, you know what? Fear, and I'm very honest about my fear, because I was just talking about a casino in California that offered me a lot of money to do it. My agent was like, they're giving you this, and I was like, and I said why I didn't want to do it, which was basically an excuse because it's fear. When you don't want to do something, or you fuck something up, or you say I'm not doing that, it's fear. Right. And I have a lot of fear. I always have. I'm afraid of it all. I'm afraid.
Well, that's an honest answer. Of course you care.
I do care.
And to be afraid means you're still in the game. See, if you're done, if you don't care, what fear of what? You wouldn't care.
Fear of sucking, fear of not doing well, fear of it all.
And fear of success, I think, is fear of maintaining success.
Sure, and that's why I've climbed my way to the middle and stayed there.
Well, let me tell you something.
That's how you do it.
I was going to say, but
that's
you
how you
work
do it.
a lot.
I work a lot, but it's not like I never feel like I'm like, oh, I've got the lead in this series and I've got to top myself. No, I'm good. I'm good. Like doing like my supporting role, and it's because you know why? Really, also here's the other thing. I'm the laziest man.
No, you're not. What are you talking about?
I want to sleep. Did you hear Jennifer?
There's nothing wrong with sleeping.
Jennifer Coolidge is like, what do you like to do? I like to rest. I like sleeping. Me too. I like to rest, sleep. Believe me, when I'm not working,
that's it.
I'm like, don't call me before 2. I not only intermittent fast, I intermittent live. I get up at 2, I eat, do my day, eat maybe at 8 o'clock, done by 9. That's my day.
But you just told me that you've been going to the gym a lot. You always went to the gym.
I had to, Maria. I stopped working out for like almost 10 years. In my 50s, which is the worst time to start working out. And
you always had a nice shape, Mario.
Well, I got my second season of And Just Like That. I got a call from Michael Patrick King, the showrunner and creator, and he said, "You're going to be getting a love story, and you're going to be getting naked." And all I did was go.
What did you think?
Before that conversation, I was like, "Please, just don't let him tell me I have to take my shirt off." That's all I care about. You're getting naked. And what? He goes, "Come on." you can get your gladiator workout on again. I've seen you do it because I've known him since the 80s.
Right.
So I started working out in October. We filmed those naked sex scenes in March. So I was in decent shape. And I'm with a 26-year-old
Is he
beautiful
Is he
man.
really that young?
He's 27 now, and I lucked out. His name is Sebastiano Pigazzi. His mother is from Rome. His father's from Rome. His mother lives in Rome. He spends a lot of time in Rome.
I love Rome.
I do too. It's
Oh my
Florence,
God.
Rome. I'll take Rome.
Yeah.
So and after our first season, our second season together, we went to Rome. He took us everywhere. He took us to Ponza. This last time Christmas, I was there with Jerry, and we went to the Marque in his father's house. I mean, like, he's become my brother, this kid.
Yeah.
And he's so beautiful, and he's so good on the show. And I lucked out. He did he just sent in one tape, and he got it. We didn't have a chemistry test.
Wow.
Nothing. And it is just, he's the greatest. And, at first I was like, I get to kiss this beautiful young man. And then we didn't have to really do anything sexual or kiss or anything really physical till towards the end of the season. So now he's like my brother. And it's just like, this is a little weird, but because we were like, here it goes. It was a different thing. It was like, my head was over here.
Right.
He's like my brother. There he is. There's that beautiful kid. He's so talented. I love him.
He's so sweet.
And he's
too, you
become
can
one of my
tell.
best friends. I mean, he's just.
But see, isn't that great? What does that say about you? You know what I mean?
Well, I love
that you're not, because now, to be honest, there's many stars out there that don't want to have love scenes with younger people because they feel like, well, why is this young guy going to upstage me? But your chemistry, and you're so cool with who you are, that I didn't realize there was that much of an age difference.
Oh, yeah.
Mario. I knew he was younger than you because the storyline, but I didn't realize.
And they wanted to make him younger in the script. I was like, don't make him younger. No. Come on.
I know.
I mean, then that's not good.
Then it's
weird.
Yeah, it's creepy.
27's fine.
Well,
and then when I saw us in bed together, I actually went, all right.
All right.
Because the night before the nudity and the sex scene dropped, I didn't sleep. I thought these homosexuals are going to come after me. And then I got.
Did they?
I got a lot of nice DMs.
Okay.
The DMs. Look, you think I got some? That boy got triple what I got. Of course. I mean, he's gorgeous. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice to be sexualized at 65 years old. And then the third season.
Can you believe that?
But the third season, I said to Michael Patrick King, my showrunner, I was like, I want more scenes with Sarah Jessica Parker, and I want more nudity. Let's go. You've created a monster.
Oh, I love this.
So I kept working out.
Bring on the nudity.
Bring it on. I'll show you my ass anytime.
Well, you got it. I will say, we can all say this. With those of us that knew Mario, he's always been the guy with the really good ass. I hate to be that crass, but that was one of your big claims to fame, Mario, even back then.
But I didn't get best ass. I got best dancer, most theatrical.
Yes, because they couldn't give you best ass.
I know,
if they could, you would have gotten it. Let's just check on some of the comments. I don't want to miss it. Go ahead, you fix it while I'm doing it.
It's just weird.
Let me see.
This curl.
Hi from Philly, says Barry Silver. And Zito says, geez, you guys look the friggin' same. We do. We're
cousins, identical cousins all the way.
Whoa, oh, I love that.
Patty Duke show.
Yes, I remember the Patty Duke show. It's a swanky room, she says, about the Carlisle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. And Betty Buckley, I'm hoping to get to your show, Mario, says Annette. Well, Judy and I are going on May 19th. It's a Monday. It's Monday coming up.
And then my last night's the 25th, and Maria has a show at the Green Room on the 25th.
Thank you, Mario. I appreciate that. And Annette is going to my show on the 25th.
This is good. So
thank you.
There's room for everybody.
Nice. There's enough for all of us.
There is.
So I do have a show on the 25th at Green Room 42. Yeah. It's not the Carlisle,
but it's a good room.
But it'll do. And they have a live stream as well. So if you're in Boston or wherever,
they live stream it.
They live stream it. You have to buy a live stream ticket, but they're only $20 or something. It's really a cool thing.
See, I tell you,
and you have 24 hours to watch it.
Oh,
that's the best part.
Yeah.
So you can watch it the next morning. You can watch whenever, as long as it's within that 24-hour period that you start. Andy Prasky says, hello, Maria, Leo, and Mario. We got Jean here. Andy. Okay, Danielle, I just want to make sure we didn't miss. Andy's fabulous. He's a director. He does a lot of documentaries. Andy's an amazing guy. You guys will get along so well. And he loves theater. He's a really cool guy. So, okay. Now, the Carlisle.
Yeah.
again, those dates, and we'll give them to you before the show ends. Monday the 19th, and then May 22nd to the 20, all the way through.
Thursday through Sunday. Yeah.
Wow.
It's Memorial Day weekend, so I hope people come. I've never done a holiday weekend, so I'm a little nervous about it.
I wouldn't be.
You know,
a lot of people are staying local, and a lot of people come in.
That's true.
Think about it that way. And then on the 25th, no, the 29th is the premiere of And Just Like That.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's going to be all over the. You've been on every show, right? What did you do today? You said
I was today. I did. It airs tomorrow. I did Access Hollywood with my brother Mario Lopez.
Oh, I love that.
We had a lot of fun, and we talked about everything. And then tomorrow I am doing New York Live with Sarah Gore.
Wow.
And Thursday I'm taping it. I don't know when it's on. Frank Delella, who I love.
Oh, look at the love scene. What's happening?
And I'm doing Tamron Hall. Tamron Hall's. I tape it Friday, but it's not until the 27th. Oh, there's that love scene. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there he is.
That kissing that boy. Yep. He's. Oh God, that's in the. Yeah, we were in Carrie's closet making out. Oh
wow.
My God. Yeah.
Oh, I remember. That was that was the end of last season, right?
Yeah. That was the end of last season.
And you're gonna do The View too, right?
Yeah. In June I'll do The View. I'm gonna do GMA in June. So yeah, I'm gonna try. I like doing it all. You know,
but that's great.
It's good. It's fun. I love doing talk shows. I love doing this.
I thank you. You did it a while ago, and I remember you saying, "I'll come on your show." And I thought, he's doing a million things. Like, I don't know what you're allowed to do or not allowed to do because you're doing certain shows. So thank you for doing this. We love having you. I mean, I love you as we're buddies. We're like brother and sister. So we always have a blast. But it's so nice that you do the show, and then we know all your stuff that's coming up.
And tomorrow, also, I'm filming Summer Under the Stars with Ben Mankiewicz for Turner Classic Movie.
Tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow I film it. It's on in August.
Oh my God.
I've been doing Turner Classic Movie for 5 years. I do creepy cinema.
I love it. I love that.
I do too. And Ben Mankiewicz, I love him.
He's great.
I'll tell you, if I handled my career the way I wormed my way into TCM, I'd be a superstar. Obviously, but I love TCM so much that I had to be on it. I was like Eve Harrington. I had to make them see me, make them like me. I really, really did. So Ben and I tweeted at each other flatteringly on Twitter, and he came to New York. We had a drink, and he introduced me to the talent coordinator. The first thing I did was 2019. I did the live Turner Classic Movie Film Festival, and I went and I presented like 3 films, and then COVID happened, and they wanted me to do a spotlight with Ben. And COVID happened, and I was like, I don't want to do it Zoom. I hate doing Zoom. I like to be here. People ask me to do podcasts Zoom-wise. I don't do them. I don't like it. I like this. So we waited till it was over. So I think it was 2021. We did our first October. We do every week, once a week, on whatever Halloween ends on. So
I love you guys are so you're the intellect that's happening. You're always funny, of course, but you also really know your old films.
I do. I'm obsessed with
and
that.
Even when we were young people, you were so ahead of it. You always were into old black and whites. We're into old classics.
Always because of my mother. We used to watch Jimmy Cagney movies together and Judy Garland. She turned me on to all that stuff. And and this station TCM, I mean, it almost got hacked away. And then Ben Mankiewicz called his friends Spielberg, Scorsese, Paul Thomas Anderson, and they fixed it. So the people that were running it and the higher ups left it alone because it doesn't make a lot of money. It's a niche thing, but it's because they don't have sponsorship. They have everything's uncut. There's no commercials.
Have you? This is on subject. You talked about your mother in the movies.
Yeah.
Have you read Al Pacino's new book, Sonny Boy?
Sonny Boy, no.
He talks about his mother so much, and that way she used to take him to movies in these big theaters, old theaters. Yeah. They would sit in the balcony, and that's where he got his love.
Where it is.
That's
and
what
my
it
mother
was
used
like.
to sing on the radio when she was younger. I mean, she was kind of wanted to be in show business.
I loved your mom.
Yeah, she scared the shit out of me, but she did. But
I found her very funny, but she wasn't my mom.
No.
She,
of course.
I mean, she yelled at all of us. If you went over and she wasn't in the mood, or whatever. But
Yeah.
she was funny.
She was funny.
And you know what I loved? That she sometimes was cranky, but if she liked you, you felt very special.
Yeah, she was fine. She liked you. She didn't like a lot of people. Yeah, including me. But she but she would have loved Turner Classic Movies. She would have
Yes.
loved this.
Yes.
But anyway,
your
so
father, on the other hand, was
you
like
liked him.
I
I
loved.
loved my father.
Yeah.
I did. I mean, he could be rude and scary too, but I loved my father. It's so
And
interesting.
he loved you.
You know, we'll talk about that. But I was talking about, to finish up on Turner Classic Movies, I'm filming Summer Under the Stars tomorrow. And Summer Under the Stars.
Okay.
So that's in August. They have a different movie star every day for 24 hours. So I got to pick 4 and do 1 a week with Ben. And those nights are called Bromance Under the Stars.
Oh my
So it's me
God,
and
I'm
Ben.
gonna
So
love
we got
it.
Cagney,
And that shows
Judy
in
Garland.
July.
No, that's August.
Oh,
Cagney,
okay.
Judy Garland, Crawford, and Shirley MacLaine.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
So Jean says she loved Liz is Mario's mom. Loved me until the pop brownie incident.
Well, why? Yeah, I made pop brownies and gave them out. And my mother, my mother was like, my little
Did she
brother-
have a piece?
No, my younger brother Joey wanted some, and I was like, you can't have any. She's like, why can't he have any? I'm like, you can't have any. Well, why? I said, because you having one. I'm like, Ma. Then I was like, there's pot in them. She was like, yes.
Oh,
She kicked
wow.
the table. She was so furious. Yeah.
Yes, she
was mad.
She was bad.
But I didn't know Jean was. I guess Jean was over there when I was
Jean,
cooking.
I know. And Jean was always so sweet. Like she was that person in our group that
Yeah,
probably
you'd never
absorbed a
think
lot of
she was an accessory. to
Listen,
baking
thank
pot
God for Jean.
brownies.
I don't know where the hell I would have been if not for Jean. I was a pain in the ass in those days. Thank God I'm not so much anymore.
No, but you had some great times.
I hope so. She expected better of me. Yes. You know what? That's what it was. Jean was the good girl. And so all
She
our
was the bad-
parents, she what?
She was the bad.
Yeah.
The bad girl.
Yeah, I was the bad girl.
You were fun.
I was fun.
We had our turbulent.
We had,
relationship at
right,
times,
but that's okay because
we
we
had a
were
great time.
we were very.
And look at us now.
It was thunder and lightning. What are you gonna do? If you're thunder and lightning, you're gonna explode. I'm reading her book now too.
Shares.
Amazing.
Okay. Yeah, but it's part 1. What's with the
Part
part 1?
It keeps you. It's a cliffhanger. She got a lot of.
Notice
going on.
Barbara did the whole thing like
Oh Jesus, God!
9,000
I
pages.
love Barbara,
Me too.
but it
I
was,
gotta read it. I gotta hear. I gotta.
no, you
listen.
got to listen to it.
Yeah.
It's now. I will tell you, most books are like between 8 and 10 hours. Okay, most books. If you listen, I listen to a lot of books. Barbara, this is not a joke. It's the truth. 48 hours.
Yeah, it's 48 hours.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, she's.
So that's okay. God bless her. Judy would kill me if she knew that I was talking.
When
Yeah.
I was doing Funny Girl, Sidney Chaplin was my Nicky Arnstein on Broadway, and I didn't get along with him. But then Omar Sharif was much better. He was butter.
I love
love
that. I love that. How can you not love Barbara? But you turned us on to everything. You turned us on to like all Diana Ross.
I just saw her in Dublin like a few years ago.
Did you
She
really?
was tremendous. She's what?
She's 80.
I love her so much, and I've never met her. I don't know her, but I just love her, and I always loved her. And here's the other thing about her: with the career that she had, she raised 4 kids that are all good kids.
Yes.
They've never been in the papers. There's never been any bad news about them. There's never been any problems. How did she do that with the
know.
career that she had?
I know. And did she used to do an impression of her?
I did.
Reach out and touch.
Reach out and touch the make the blaze. I will come to you. Do not touch me.
I love it. I love it. But you were like that guy in school, and then after school that we all like were like, who's that? Who's that? Like nobody was watching old movies.
No.
We liked them because you liked them, and then we got turned on to them. Now we're all fans. You know, you were that person. Marie Sullivan Baca says they aren't Boston, they're Stoneham. I guess she's talking about us. Yes, Marie.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's keep covering. Then we'll when we do the food section, we'll bring Jean back on.
Food.
Now this I had heard about, but I've never seen it. Gravesend.
Yeah.
Tell me about Gravesend.
So Gravesend is written and directed and starring a guy named Willie DeMeo, who did a lot of Italian American movies that were independent, and he independently did 4 episodes for the first season, and he sold it to Amazon. It's one of the only series that was ever an independent series that was sold to a streaming service. So he did that. The first season's only four episodes. The second season is when I joined. There's eight episodes. I did 5 of them, and he wrote me a part that was very different and wonderful. And I play a gay designer in New York, but I was his childhood friend, and he's a made mafia guy.
Right.
And I come into his life and kind of get involved with shit. And
I love
it's
that.
really interesting, and yeah, and I love doing it. So we're in the middle of filming the 3rd season of that.
Oh,
Right now.
I didn't know about
Yeah,
this.
it's cool.
I
It's
saw it
fun.
pop up on stuff. People would say, "Oh, Mario's," and I was like,
It's
"He is."
It's like Fran Drescher was in it, and Chaz Palminteri, and
Who I love.
and
I
love
love
him. I love
Chaz.
him too. And
Bronx Tale is one of my favorite
me
movies of all time.
Who else is it? It's Amanda Desante. It's some interesting
Wow.
people in it, and yeah, I love Chaz Palminteri.
Oh, I love that guy.
I do an impression of him, and his wife loves it.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, let me tell you something. When you were doing a picture or a movie, and the director is in a good mood, then everyone's in a good mood. If the director's in a bad mood, then everybody's in a bad mood. Just like that. That's how it goes. I'm Chaz Palminteri.
That's fantastic.
That's how he is. I love him.
That's
I
great.
did his podcast, and I had the best time with him.
Oh yeah, I bet.
And I was over his house, and his daughter was cooking me eggs afterwards. We were all in the
I
kitchen.
love-
It was like
isn't
one of
that the
those.
best?
Yeah, he's a very cool guy.
That's the
His family's
best.
lovely. His wife's wonderful.
How nice. Yeah, no, I really have nothing but
Yeah,
respect
he's
for
a
him.
good guy.
So TMC, then you'll do it again in
TCM.
TCM. I'm sorry. Then you'll do it again for the October.
The October, I filmed that in
horror
July,
movie.
and then it's on in October. The creepy cinema. The thing about creepy cinema is it's not just horror movies. Like anything that has a creepy aspect.
Right.
Like I did in This Our was In This Our Life. It was a Betty Davis movie with Olivia de Havilland, and it wasn't a horror film, but she played a mean sister, and she had this weird, almost incestuous relationship with her old uncle, played by Charles Coburn. He's like, look at you, let me look at you, let me grab you, let me sit on my lap. You know, it was so creepy. So I was like, that's why I chose it.
Wow. And
So I
then you
get to
talk
kind of-
about it.
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
guys, I love that
we
part.
bookend it with two. Like an
That's
intro
my
and outro.
favorite part of the
Me
whole
too. It's
thing
a
is
lot
that
of
you guys talk about it, and then you show the movie.
Yeah.
You talk about it again. It's so cool. Like that's the way we used to do things back in the day.
Yeah.
We used to really have a lot of discussions.
Well, that's the thing about this. They don't just show the movie. There's content,
right.
and it's good content. And Ben is fantastic, and Dave Carger is wonderful. All the hosts, Dave Carger, Jacqueline Stewart, Alicia Malone, and Eddie Muller, who I love. He's the film noir guy. And I got to tell you, I do the festival every year. I just came back from it.
Okay.
And I presented like 6 movies this year.
And where's the festival?
It's in LA and Hollywood and Vine.
Okay,
and
great.
It's like Mickey Mouse is walking up and down. It's like Times Square and
Yeah.
Spider-Man, but it's fun. And I did 5 movies, and it was so fun. And I just gotta say, I mean, I love Ben so much, and I work with Eddie there too. Eddie Muller. We worked together last year and this year. We presented East of Eden last year, and we did Now Voyager this year.
Wow.
And he lit the 2 cigarettes and gave me one. And it was really, but David Carger, who's
Danielle, not to interrupt you,
Yeah.
but you're doing the Hollywood
yeah,
Squares
yeah,
too,
I'm
right?
on the Hollywood Squares. Yeah, my 3 episodes just dropped. They're on Paramount Plus.
Oh, okay, so we can find
But
you
they were on
Hollywood-
network. They were on what? They were on NBC or CBS. It's CBS. I think it's CBS.
Danielle, thanks for bringing
Yeah,
that up.
I
I
just
didn't
did it.
know, but
I
yeah,
know.
Mario does a lot of
I love
stuff.
the game shows. I love
See,
the
she's
game
the psychic. She's our psychic friend.
shows. Okay.
She's a
knows.
spiritual. She's a medium. She does past life regressions. She talks to the other side, Mario.
And I talk to the dead. So
Darlena says you're both so gorgeous and talented. Thank you, Darlena. You're pretty gorgeous yourself. Viva, my beautiful Italian paisanos. Mario, I have loved you since that's the
Steve
real
Pie
fan.
Valley, yeah, well,
That's way back.
Yeah, that's back. That was the 80s. 88 to 93. 5 years. I did a kid show
Wow.
called Steve Pie Valley on WWOR-TV. I know it sounds like a porn film, but it wasn't. It was a children's show.
I
Steve
know.
Pie Valley.
Wow.
Yeah.
Chris Arturi says, wow, Mario. Jason Peck already bought mine for $5.25. He got the live stream for yes, everybody, just to quickly plug, because I'll have a lot of time to do it. If you do want to see my cabaret show, which is at Green Room 42, and you're out of town, they have live stream available. I posted it everywhere. If you want to be there in person, please, we would love it. It's going to be a big party, and I got a band. I got a goddamn band.
It's a nice
Talent.
thing. That's how you do it.
That's how you
As
do it.
should.
Why not?
As you should.
Now we are going to take a little break. We're going to bring Jean Simpson. Is she still in the wings, Leo? We're going to bring Jean back. Oh my God, how cute is she? So Jean Simpson was Mario's best friend in high school. Can I say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
And a great, great, great friend of mine who I love to death, and she saved my life. I'm not joking. Jean saved my life. And my
It was
mother
worth saving, Maria.
Thank you, baby. I
You're an
appreciate
angel.
that. Well, now I am. I was kind of the devil in disguise.
Now you are.
But my mother always said, thank God for Gina, because if not for Gina, where you going to be? In the road? In the road. Because of Gina, she was like an angel to you. And she used to say, because you not put attention. You not put attention. So, Jean, thank you from my mother in heaven. All
You
right.
are so welcome.
Now, we all have to do this together. We have to go. The part of the show is called Go Ahead, Keep Eating. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Hey, keep eating.
So what did we make tonight? Now, Mario, last time Mario was here, we made a big.
What did you make tonight? This is Julia Child. Welcome to What's the Story with Maria and Baking with Julia.
Oh my God.
It's a tower.
Is it eggplant?
And it's not a leaning tower of eggplant. It's actually straight up and down as it should be, because you don't want it
Leo,
to be
it's not
leaning.
fair.
You want it to be. You want it to be aesthetically lovely.
And what do you think, Mario? I mean,
Oh my
Julia.
God, it
what-
looks amazing.
Aesthetically lovely. I think you place the right size discs on top of each other, and that top one looks like it's just sturdy yet unbalanced, but it looks like it tastes delicious.
It's beautiful. So thank you, Mario. So I mean, thank you, Julia. Mario, before
Is that
Julia.
mozzarella?
Yes, it is. That's
I like
fresh
it.
mozzarella.
What?
So what it is eggplant. What I
Tell
make,
me.
I don't slice them long.
Why
I
did you
slice them
hold it?
in little
Don't
medallions.
talk about it unless you're holding it.
Yes, you're right.
You have to
Little
point it out.
medallions.
What's the?
So I do a nice flour,
Yeah.
egg, breadcrumbs,
Yeah.
all the Italian breadcrumbs, and then I fry them. And then, of course, the secret is to put a paper towel,
Oh, yes.
soak up all the
You
oil.
must soak it up, otherwise you get more calories than necessary.
And they're soggy. You know that. Julia knows that.
Yes.
And
Oh,
then
you
what
need
I
to
do, I
crisp
made a marinara a beautiful marinara on the
I
side.
love a marinara.
Yes.
Lovely marinara. So.
Then I stack them and put little mozzarella, and
Chop
now I'm
the
gonna
mozzarella.
heat this up. It's gonna be
And
delicious.
then you have to heat it up,
And
otherwise.
then we chop. I mean, we
Because you want the mozzarella to stretch. It stretches, and sometimes you can pretend it's bubble gum.
Julia,
but it isn't.
you are gonna love my salad.
Oh,
So this is. Look at how.
Oh,
is that a butter lettuce? What's that?
No, yeah, well, it is. It's a
Is it-
Boston lettuce
That's a butter lettuce.
because our friend
Boston
Mario
butter.
and I are from Boston. So this is a Boston lettuce
What is
with red
I
peppers,
like that.
Bosc pears,
Because Bosk rhymes with Boston. Boston.
and then Stilton cheese.
Oh, I love him. Stilton cheese. My husband Paul would run from the table. He didn't like blue cheese, any kind of mold and anything he didn't like. I said, look, if you have some kind of cold or flu, the mold is that's what makes penicillin. So you could cure yourself of anything. You just eat some mold. You could eat it off the floor or off your radiator, the corners of your windowsill, thing, and it will cure you of whatever you have. That's lovely.
And we're gonna put a cranberry pear, something in it.
Oh, cranberry pear.
Right.
So cranberries are very good for your urinary. If you have any UTIs of any kind, I'd say cranberry pills so I flow easily with no stinging at all. And so I love it. You put cranberry.
Cranberry pear. Just, I mean, it's the New England way.
It
Right?
is the New Cranberries is very New England.
And by the way, the name of the company
Is what?
is the New England Olive Oil Company.
Is
Look
that-
at this.
And that's the cranberry?
Cranberry pear. And then I'm using
so they
a
infuse
Tuscan.
it.
They infuse it in a Tuscan herb olive oil.
That's lovely.
Right? Won't that be delicious.
I think that's a very different thing. I'm interested to taste the cranberry pear.
I've also
Olive oil.
put some chives in
I
here.
don't usually like infused olive oil, but I
Oh,
think it's a
God.
good idea to try it.
Yeah,
it
I
sounds
think so too. Now, for dessert, so Paul doesn't like Stilton, huh?
No, Paul, he runs from the table. If I have an Italian Taleggio that's extra white, I take off the glass top. The fumes just cause him to flee the area. He goes, oh, my
Look, we have a
God.
dessert.
Oh, look at the dessert. I'm
Since
very
Mario
happy.
and I have to get into our clothes for our shows,
That's right. For
look at how
premieres.
pretty that is.
Look at that. It's a
Little
melon. No,
buds.
that's a honeydew.
It's a honeydew.
Honeydew. It's not a cantaloupe. It's a honeydew melon, which is green, like a shamrock, or perhaps a four-leaf clover, or anything Irish, or creme de menthe also.
Absolutely.
Irish tend to drink lots of.
Lots of.
Yes.
There it is. But just in case we want to be a
Well,
little bad,
let's throw
I brought a little
honeydew
secret on
to the
side.
wind. Let's take the honeydew and throw it out the window because we have Trader Joe's chocolate marshmallows. I hope they pay.
Oh,
And it's
They're
delicious.
not, but we like them anyway.
Would you? I love dark chocolate marshmallow covered.
Oh,
my
my
favorite. I think
God.
lilacs is one of my favorites.
You said that and Verzano.
Very nice. They have two different kinds. They have a kind of a puff covered marshmallow, and then they have kind of a very airy, soft one, which the lilac does very well. It's all air. It's like biting into sweet air.
We'll have to get some sweet air soon
I love
after
sweet.
our shows.
Oh, I can't wait. I love marshmallows.
After our shows.
I eat them thinking there's no calories, there's no flour, it's just chocolate and egg white whipped up with sugar. And sugar, of course, will take you down
Down the
someday.
road.
It'll take you down.
Take you down the road. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Okay.
Oh my God, that's my
That's
favorite.
weird. I can't get out sometimes.
No, I know. That's my favorite thing you do. Do you know that I still hear all your old bits in my head?
I don't even
mean-
remember. People were going to remember that night you did this, and you said, I was like, "Oop."
Yeah, I know, but
I
it's
don't know.
so it's great. So you do well. You've been doing. I think that's the one I first heard you do. Gene, would you say that Julia Child was his first, and then Judy Garland for sure?
No, but not.
Uh,
I didn't do
Edith
Judy and Liza
Ann,
together. Judy and
Julia
Liza
Child.
together.
Then Julie Child, yep, the Lily Tomlin stuff, Ernestine,
Yeah.
Paul Lind. I used to do Paul Lind.
Yeah,
Like Martini.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember it well.
Remember his series, The Paul Lind Show?
Yes.
Yes.
And he was Uncle Arthur on Bewitched. He only did 17 episodes.
Oh, I love
then
him.
he
Yeah,
did-
Leo loves old TV. Big fan of old
Watch
TV.
him.
I love Paul Lind. He did a Broadway show once, and someone was yelling out. They did this joke on stage, and someone yelled out, "This drunk guy was going, I don't get it." And they went, I don't get it. And so at intermission, they took him out of the theater, and Paul Lind was up in his dressing room, looked out the window, saw him being dragged across the street, and went, "Now you're gonna get it."
He was
He was-
something.
He was an originator in Bye Bye Birdie, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I played his role in 9th grade. I was Harry McAfee.
What?
Oh my God.
Yeah, Kathy Chase directed it. Yeah. Kids. Yeah. I love you. Yeah, he was.
It's
great.
really good.
Yeah, he was awesome.
And if
Tammy.
you guys don't know who Paul Lynn is, we
Tammy.
got some younger people here, that watch it. Go and look up Paul Lynn.
Go me, you son of a bitch.
He took a lot of risks, didn't he?
He sure did. He just.
Sean Chin Soon says, "Oh my God, I'm dying over this." I know, Sean. I know. Great. Oh, Julia is the best. And then you do Judy Garland. You do
Yeah.
Liza
I do
Minnelli.
Liza Minnelli, I do Jim Morrison. I do Bruce Springsteen. I'll be doing Bruce. At
I don't know if I know that you do.
Jerry
Bruce.
wrote. My husband Jerry Dixon wrote.
Who
wrote a
is?
piece. Brilliant.
I love Jerry. I
He-
love Jerry.
he-
I've always
you know,
loved Jerry.
he-
Jerry's amazing.
He wrote this Bruce Springsteen parody. It sounds like something he might have sung when it begins, and then as it goes along, you go, "No, he never sang this." But it's really funny and filthy and brilliant. Jerry and I just came out from California. We're involved with this theater company called the Roustabout Theater Company. They have two companies. They have like kids from 13 to 20 taking classes and putting on productions. This guy, Clark and Bill, they're a couple. They're brilliant. They run this theater, and then they have a professional adult company there too. So Jerry just performed at their gala, and he headlined, and he did the whole thing. I guested on it. I did a number with him, but I sat there and was like, I haven't seen him do this in so long. He's a director now and a writer, and he doesn't perform as much. But he was so magnificent. He turned that room around. He was
Yeah.
unbelievable. And this theater company, we discovered it in 2011. We were driving down the 101 near Santa Rosa, and I thought what it said was Roundabout Theater presents Assassins. And I did Assassins
I
on Broadway
remember, yeah.
with
That's right.
Roundabout Theater, directed by Joe Mantello, which is one of the greatest things I ever did. I love that show. And so Jerry looked at me because it's Roustabout Theater. I'm like, we're going to see it. So we went. It's 13 to 20-year-old kids doing Assassins. And it was unbelievable.
Wow.
Michael Sultana, he played Sam Beck. He was phenomenal. The whole show was amazing.
Wow.
And so since then, we've been involved with them. And Jason Robert Brown does classes with them, and Vicki Clark. And
Wow, Mario,
so
that's
it's a
I didn't-
great
I didn't
theater.
know that. That's amazing.
So we
Thank you,
Yeah.
Leo. You know, Leo works with kids. He runs a whole theater program and all kinds of arts in Idlewild. This is fantastic.
Jerry is very involved. He does classes with them and stuff. I don't do
Now,
classes.
speaking of
I have
Broadway,
no patience for classes.
You also
Kids,
did
I don't know what's wrong with these kids today.
Valor, Love, Valor,
That
Compassion,
was my first Broadway show.
The Tempest.
Yeah, I got horrible reviews. Next.
You did?
Oh, horrible.
I don't remember.
They called me I remember Clive Barnes called me and my. And
What does he
my-
know?
He called us two screaming queens. Boy, the shit they said back then you could not get away with today.
Right.
You can't, But in a way, I kind of liked it back then because they just kind of said what they felt.
Yeah, and everybody we just said,
You
I
know.
know. And how about you had your own show, Laugh For,
Yeah.
which was
You
on
know,
Broadway?
my profile picture that I have up for Mother's Day, Mario, you took that picture.
I
That was
did.
that's when my mother and I came to New York to see
I
Laugh
took that
For.
picture. Right? I know that picture. Yeah.
We went out to dinner with you and Jerry afterwards. My mother had a serious crush on Jerry forever.
Oh, everybody
And
had a
everybody
crush on
did.
Jerry. Even
then,
the lesbians. I'm
Yeah,
just
you
gonna say.
actually took that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, everybody
they
has a
went.
crush
Barbara
on Jerry.
Walters had a crush on Jerry.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh,
Jerry's like beautiful.
She liked a man of color. She Barbara.
Well,
she
that's
did.
nice to
I
know.
told her.
There it is.
There it is.
Ah,
that was taken by
You took that
you.
picture. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Your mom was great, Jean. Your mom was
Very
such a
nice.
class
Yes, she
act.
was.
She was awesome.
She
was
really
the
was.
one-
She
she
was
was like a-
cool as
She
a
was
cucumber.
she was the coolest woman. She was like,
She
whatever.
was smart and cool as a cucumber, and she got all our jokes.
Yeah, she did.
But she would like kind of walk out of the room when we were. And she'll just give you that like kind of side look, like I know.
Yeah.
She was the
Yeah,
coolest.
she was very.
We used to go to Jean's house all the time.
We made quiche there. all the time.
Quiche.
We always.
I
made
will
quiche.
find those photos. I've got photos of you and my
Wait,
mom
and
in the
also,
kitchen
you and
holding
Mario
up
used to make
quiche.
chocolate chip cookies.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like amazing chocolate
I
chip
still
cookies.
make them.
Do
I
you?
make my chocolates and cookies when I do this thing in Healdsburg for Chef Charlie Palmer. At the end of the week, it's called Pigs and Pinot, and Charlie and Lisa, his wife, they give to underprivileged kids and arts programs. So they at this gala they gave them like $10,000. I mean, it was
Wow.
and they put it in my name, which was the
Aw,
nicest thing in the
super
world. And
sweet.
I
Oh,
felt like a
nice.
fraud. You know, I got the band and flew them out. I did stuff for the theater, but they for the gala. But
if
they
it wasn't
did a
for you,
lot
they
of
wouldn't
shit.
have the connection.
But,
So
well, they knew about it because of me. But years ago, they knew about it. They've always been supporting them, and that community supports them. But anyway, at the end of Pigs and Pinot, which is an event I host for Charlie Palmer every March, that Sunday, which is when it's over, I make lasagna, meatballs for like about 30 people, and then that's all Charlie.
Mario's a great cook.
And that's all Charlie kept saying was, "Hey, what about the cookies? You gonna make the cookies?"
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're a great cook.
The cookies are good.
It's good.
You know, back then, we used to, and I'm sure a lot of our guests will identify with this. We used to like after school and then after, you know, when we were in our 20s, we used to all hang out together. We'd have a few drinks, whatever. People would cook. We'd go to people's houses.
Yeah, we were.
That's the way it was and where we grew up. And some people cooked, some people, when we'd sit around and watch movies, we'd play cards, we'd play board games. We
Board
spent
games.
a
Clue.
lot.
I love Clue.
You love
Oh, Clue was my favorite.
Yeah. I don't know what I think I was drinking a lot back then. So I just wanted to hang. But you guys were Trivial Pursuit. I love Trivial.
You think you were drinking a lot? I think it's
Oh
If we played Clue, you'd be like, it was
I don't know what I was
Lois
doing.
Rosen in the library with a
with
book.
Frank Abrahams. Oh my God. There's another story. But
Oh, you're funny.
okay, so
Okay.
now I can't believe it. We have 3 minutes left to our show.
Where did this
Oh
go?
my
I know,
God.
but it's so much fun. But Andy Prasky, who I adore and you would love too.
Yes, I was just going to say,
Betty
Andy
Davis.
was asking for me, Miss Becky Davis. Well, let me tell you, Miss, what's your last name?
Gentili.
Gentili. Miss Maria Gentili. She's quite a professional. Unlike Faye Dunaway, I would never work with her again. $1 million, Faye Dunaway, I would never do it again. She was totally and utterly unprofessional and impossible. Well, let me tell you my little story. We were doing a TV movie called Amy Simple McPherson. I was her mother. She was Amy. There we were in a tent. It was 100 degrees. Thousands of extras sitting there waiting for Miss Dunaway hour after hour. Sitting there with their boxed lunches. I had to get up and sing I've written a letter to Daddy. Of course, so I did, and of course, the standing ovation. It was like performing for the troops back in the USO in the 40s. I've written a letter to Daddy. Oh, they applauded. They went crazy. Finally, Miss Dunaway graces us with her presence after 4 hours. I said, did you get your eyeliner on correctly this time, Miss Dunaway? Did you? Keeping us waiting? Never again. I like Deborah Winger. She's quite good.
Oh my God, come on, everybody. Andy, see what you started? Oh my God. The worst part of the Inigo says the worst part about the show is laughing like a lunatic in my apartment by myself.
It's
good,
good.
Annette. Good. And Judy, Jenny Mesa Dominguez, my honey, says just parked Bostonians. So she's come to
Uber's here.
That's hysterical. When I said,
It's
yeah, I'm
the
going to take
funniest.
Mario home, she goes, no, my car is nicer.
She's so funny.
She's so
Call her
funny.
Senator. Senator
Mesa,
Uber.
that's what,
No,
he called
Senator Uber.
Senator.
because she's got a nicer car. She does have a nicer car. My car's pretty nice, but her car's nicer. Okay, so
Make sure
ladies
she
and
gets a
gentlemen,
5-star rating, but only if she has water in the back for you and she can charge your phone.
oh please, and she's going to be blasting Taylor Swift. All
I'm
right,
gonna get in
so
trouble for that.
let's remind you, Mario Cantone, our friend, is going to be at the Cafe Carlisle on May 19th.
Monday, and
Mo-
then again Thursday, May 22nd to the 25th. So it's all next week except for 2 days. So
Right.
you look it up.
And I'm going on the 19th. Judy and I.
Excellent.
Senator
My
Mason
first
and I.
night.
She'll be driving because she has a nicer car.
I don't know what's gonna come up.
I
The
don't know.
links are
It
in
doesn't
the
matter. It's going to be
description.
great.
So if you're
So
you're
go
looking at
see
Maria's
Mario.
description,
What, honey?
if you're looking at Maria's description on any of the sites, the ticket link is right there. So you can just go to our comments and
Thank you
click
for
right
doing
in
that.
and
I
get-
try
Yes.
to put the link on Instagram, and I don't know how to do it because I'm
Thank God for Leo.
90,000 years old.
Thank God.
I got you, boo.
Thank you, Leo.
Well, so Mario has just like so much stuff going on. Go back if you missed some of the beginning. Go back and watch the episode. Otherwise, you have a website.
yeah, but it's
okay,
not
go on
necessary. And
Instagram, right?
That's it. And we got
we got everything. We got everything in. And
and just like that, drops
just
May
like-
29th.
woo!
Gravesend is on
Love
Amazon. A movie called Can't Let It Go about the Trump election in 2016 that I'm in. It's a very good movie. That's on Amazon Prime. And and TCM coming up in August. Summer Under the Stars once a week with Ben Megowitz, and again in October.
And can we a shout out to Gene Simpson?
Gene, it was
our
so great to
special
have you
guest.
here. I
Oh
love
my
I
you.
love you guys so much.
Gene, come quickly. Be my best friend. And let me die alone.
The memories, priceless.
I know.
You look good, Gene.
She
Boy.
looks great.
Yeah, you look fucking good.
So, Gene, I love you, honey. You know, I've always said this. If you ever want to come to New York, you could stay here with me.
I'm trying. I'll be in New England July 12th for my niece's wedding,
Okay, maybe.
and
we
I'm
can
going
work
to
it. Is
try.
and your husband, you're both welcome here. I'll give you my whole apartment.
No,
I'll
I'm
go
not
in.
bringing him.
Oh, what?
No,
Ooh.
she's
Coming solo.
Mario, we got to take. We
Hey,
got to
are you
go.
a new freedom lady? Hey, are you
Yeah.
a new freedom girl?
I'm tagging a couple days on at the end, so
Okay.
it's
We're
all
gonna-
going to depend on that. So
Oh my
look at
God.
how cute that was 2012.
Yeah.
And Susan
we are
Perry's backyard.
reunion.
Yeah, that was
We had a
wonderful.
great reunion.
So young and so fit.
And we did not coordinate what we were wearing, by the way. We just
No.
showed up in our summer's
We
best. And look, we all match.
Here we are.
And Jean, didn't you make something delicious? Jean always made something delicious. What did
We
you
had a
make?
big cookout that day. There
We
was a
did.
lot
So
of food.
I love a
fun.
cookout.
I love a cookout too. Yeah. All right.
I love
So
you guys.
thank
Leo,
you.
I love you too.
Well, we love
Mwah.
you. Thank you, everybody,
Everybody,
for
thank
joining
you
us.
for watching. It was so
And
fun.
how about a
So
standing
fun.
ovation for Leo Rodriguez, our man behind the curtain? He's the best. Come back and watch us every Tuesday, 9 p.m. If you missed the show, don't worry. You can watch us in repeat on YouTube, on Facebook, and we go to all podcast platforms so you can listen to us.
That's nice.
Thank you, Mario
Thank you.
Cantone, my buddy
Love
from
you
high
very
school and
Really
for
do.
life.
And
And Jean,
Jean,
we
I love you
love
very
you.
much.
If you were
I
here,
love you
we
guys so
kissed
much.
you on both
Yeah.
cheeks.
Yeah,
This has
And
made me
Leo-
so happy.
So happy. Leo surprised us. Leo,
that's really great.
good call.
Thank
That
you,
was very-
I had
Leo.
no idea how that happened.
I know. Thank you, everybody. We
Thank
love and
you.
appreciate you. Come back.